today in the New York City investment sales world, there are 32 companies or divisions of companies that are owned by or run by people who learn the real estate business at Massey Knakal.
What would you tell young broker today that's getting started, utilizing all the social media and all the technology that is different than what you would tell these people that have been so successful?
If you're doing fundamentally the right things, eventually that's going to work for you. And the thing I love about commercial real estate is it gives you many, many opportunities for little micro wins all day long. And it also is probably the purest form of meritocracy that there is.
Forget chasing single-family rentals. Let's build commercial portfolios. Collect the best insights and information from commercial real estate experts and industry heavyweights on this episode of the Rent Stew podcast.
Live from CREI Summit in Palm Desert, California, 2025. This is the Rent Stew podcast. I'm your host, Christian Cotta with Hungry Investments. And if you're looking for commercial real estate insights, tips, tricks, how to get started, how to get investing, how to do all that stuff, you're just interested in commercial, guess what? You're in the right spot because I'm bringing you the brightest and the best minds in commercial real estate, the people that you should be connecting with, following, or just getting to know to further yourself in your career or in this industry. And today, and I'm honored because I've been wanting to get this guy on the podcast for a long time, I'm here with Mr. Bob Knakal, otherwise known as BK the King. Bob, thank you so much.
Christian, so good to be with you. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate it. I have been, this was like number one. Hey, I'm coming out here. You're here. Most of our podcasts are done live, so we don't do a whole lot of remote stuff. Not yet. We're going to have to start doing it. So when I knew you were coming to CREI, I'm like, God, I got to get Bob. I'm a big fan of the map room.
Thank you. Thank you. So am I.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to dive into that. But just, I feel like there's a lot of people that watch this podcast, listen to it, that I'm hoping I'm introducing what you and I would probably both say we believe is the greatest industry there is, especially when you talk about real estate, and commercial is its own unique organism.
Yeah, well, Christian, the thing I love about commercial real estate is it gives you many, many opportunities for little micro wins all day long. And it also is probably the purest form of meritocracy that there is. You get out of it exactly what you put into it. And I love that aspect of it.
Yeah, you've owned you've been involved in brokerages, and you currently own your brokerage. And one of the cool things, and I thought this was unique when I came across it online, is you've got like 30 people that have worked for you that have gone on to.
Well, I'm in year 42 doing this.
Yeah.
For 26 years and 46 days of those 42 years, I owned and ran Massey Knakal.
Yeah.
We had, in those days, we had a lot to be proud of. Paul Massey and I started the company just with the two of us and a secretary, and grew it to 250 people. We had 4 offices just all in New York City. And in those days, we were just a little local popcorn stand competing against regional, national, and global firms. And CoStar started tracking the sales market in 2001. And from 2001 to 2014, when we sold the firm, the number 2 company in New York had sold about 1,600 buildings, or 1,300 buildings. I'm sorry, it's 1,300 buildings. We sold over 4,000.
Oh, wow.
So we lapped the field by more than 3X. We did that for 14 years in a row. I'm very proud of that. We started the company with nothing, sold it for a lot of money. I'm very proud of that.
That's the
but
goal.
The thing I'm most proud of, without a doubt, is that today, in the New York City investment sales world, there are 32 companies or divisions of companies that are owned by or run by people who learn the real estate business at Massey Knakal.
Which is cool. That's really cool.
My proudest legacy. And after selling the business, I kicked around at the big global companies for about 10 years, but a year and a half ago started my own firm again, BKREA. Go to bkrea.com. And it's really exciting. We're focused mainly on ground-up development and redevelopment properties, and I'm having more fun than I've ever had before. We're doing bigger and better things than we've ever done before, and I really feel like my career is peaking at this point. Even it's odd to say that 42 years in.
Well, it's like a rebirth, a recreation,
Yeah, without a doubt, re-energized.
reinvention.
Yeah, little bit of a chip on my shoulder having been fired. But that's it's a very competitive business, and anything that gives you a little bit more fire in the belly is a good thing. But truly having fun again. I gave an analogy to a friend of mine saying that when I was at the big global firms, I felt like I was looking through binoculars with Vaseline on the lenses. And as soon as I got out, it was like the lenses became crystal clear. Everything became more vivid. Everything became more important. Every call was meaningful. Every meeting was meaningful. And it's just been great. I have a bunch of great folks working with me, a great team. We put together a great platform, and having a lot of fun again.
This video is sponsored by SiteCRE.com, the smart site submittal platform for tenants, landlords, and developers. Site streamlines the entire site submittal process, from custom AI-powered submission portals to a tenant-seeking site marketplace that makes expansion fast, efficient, and targeted. At Hungry Investments, we use sites to validate sites we already control, target locations for specific tenants, and even identify tenants actively looking in trade areas where we're doing our due diligence. It's become an invaluable tool for our growth, and it can do the same for you. Check out sitescre.com, where smart growth starts. So, I mean, having been in the industry as long as you have, and having helped, create all these successful people in commercial real estate, now the industry is changing. We're here at CREI Summit. You've got access to information, the ability to amplify your message, get out in front of so many more people. What would you tell young broker today that's getting started? What utilizing all the social media and all the technology that is different than what you would tell these people that have been so successful?
Well, interestingly, Christian, the world is very, very different today because of social media and technology and a number of other things. But yet, the essence of what the brokerage business is exactly the same as it was.
Yeah,
we have different tools that we can use today, but the strategies and tactics are essentially the same.
It's a people business.
I tell young brokers, I said, look, there's three characteristics that I see very, very consistently in the very top producers in our industry. One, they absolutely love the business. You have to love it because you have to work a lot of hours at it. It's hard to do that if you don't love it. And you also need to have that passion for the business because the business always has been, is, and always will be cyclical. So through no fault of your own, there are going to be slower times in the market, tougher times in the market, more challenges. If you love it, you'll make it through. A lot of brokers drop out of the business during those downturns. So passion's number one. Number two, you have to be able to use discipline well. And I say use discipline as opposed to have discipline. We all have access to the same exact amount of discipline. We all choose to use it differently.
Yeah.
So a lot of what we do in brokerage is not that exciting or glamorous. Market presence campaigns and making your calls and doing your email blasts and text blasts and doing research and creating content and things like that. And you just have to keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And if you're doing fundamentally the right things, eventually that's going to work for you. And then the third thing, which is really the most challenging, but you have to be a real true expert at something.
Can't be a jack of all trades.
Yeah, no, I really think that if you can establish a reputation as being the go-to person for something, it's tremendously accretive in terms of creating a competitive advantage. So it enables you to differentiate yourself. I think that proprietary data, if you can come up with a data set about your market, and I always say make that focus as narrow as it possibly can be so that you can really understand every single aspect of it and get it under your fingernails. But it has to be big enough that you can make a great living at it as well. So those are the three things.
Pigeonholed.
Yeah. So I tell young folks, look, you got to love the business. 2, you got to be able to use discipline well. 3, be an expert, be the go-to person. I always use as an example. I said, all right, you're out, playing basketball and you rip your ACL in your knee.
Yeah.
Right. You go see 2 doctors and one doctor says, oh, knee ACL tear. No problem. I've done knees. I've done elbows. I've done ankles, hips, shoulders. I can do it all. And the next guy you go to say, yeah, I've done 9,753 knees. That's all I do is knees. Who are you going to have surgery
Yeah, you
with?
want the knee guy.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, how is social media? How is, everything that we're here talking about, how has that changed your specific business?
Well, it has changed the business in the form that it's another very, very powerful market presence tool. I often say, for those of you that follow me on social media, I always say it's not who you know, but who knows you.
Yeah.
And
little
there's no
different.
better way to get known by a lot of people than posting on social media, which is available to potentially everybody. So I think, if you use social media in the right way, and again, it's really important to have the right cadence with it, because you can get so deep into it that it swallows you up. But if you find the right cadence for you, it can be tremendously powerful in terms of reaching a large audience. Like, for instance, in the 4 boroughs of New York, not including Staten Island, there are about 176,000 investment properties. There are over 250,000 investors that own those buildings.
That's a
I
lot.
make a lot of calls every week.
Yeah.
I can't call 250,000 people. So I need incoming as well as outgoing. And, social media is a great way to reach people that you might not reach otherwise.
What'd you get started on? X? This video is brought to you by SiteCRE.com, the smart site submittal platform for tenants, landlords, and developers. From AI-powered site submission portals to a tenant-seeking site marketplace, Sites makes expansion fast, efficient, and targeted. Check them out at SiteCRE.com. That's SYTESCRE.com, and level up your site selection game. Was that
I got started on
Twitter?
LinkedIn. Well, I basically, first thing I did was the smartest thing was hiring Mo Regalado as my social media manager.
Shout out, Mo.
Yeah, Mo's awesome. So I write all of our content. I write it and just send it to her. I do the videos, send
You
it
got great
to her.
stories, so
Thanks.
I mean, yeah,
And,
it's just taking your stories and putting them in the.
Yeah, and Mo just puts it on all the different platforms. And it's one of the things I think is fascinating about social media is that if you did a Venn diagram of all of the different platforms, the overlap is really minuscule.
Yeah.
And I think it's because people have time to kind of focus on one. They're not going on 4 every day. So very, very little overlap. And so I'll post the same piece of content on all the platforms. And on LinkedIn, the conversation goes that way. And on X, it goes this way. And on Instagram, it goes that way. And it's interesting to see how it takes different form based upon who the audience is.
So I know we're talking about, new brokers, but then there's also the old guard, the ones that have been doing it for a long time. And when things start changing, it can get uncomfortable, right? So do you get asked all the time, like, hey, I've been doing this forever, but how are you adapting to this new technology, AI, all of this kind of stuff? Like, what do you tell, older brokers?
I think, the secret is staying true to your values and your core principles, but constantly adapt to a changing environment. And, it was very clear to me when I started the new firm that AI was going to be so impactful. Don't forget, I started in 1984. I had no cell phone. I had no computer on my desk, no fax machine.
Oh, you didn't have fax?
It was before the fax machine came out in 1986.
What did you guys have to write in?
It was a crazy time. And you think about how the world has changed over the last 40 years. I think that the world will change to an even greater extent over the next 5.
Yeah.
So realizing that, the first person I hired was my COO, Seth Samowitz, who is an AI guy. He started AI companies. He worked in driverless cars for 6 years. And I always say, hey, if this guy could make a car drive itself, he can help me sell a building.
Yeah.
So we're using AI in a very, very big way. Everybody knows about the map room, which is probably the most analog room in the industry.
It's wild.
But we've layered AI into everything that we have behind the scenes, and it's really helping very, very significantly.
That's amazing. That's awesome. So you wrote a book called Selling Buildings.
Selling Buildings. What else?
Keep it simple, right? Some of those principles are still the same. And I've got my young guy, Armando, one of my dirt dogs. I'll give that credit to Chris Hatch, coming up with that term. So last night we go to the Airbnb and I see him laying there and he's reading. And I'm like, oh, Armando, what are you reading? He's like, God, this book's amazing. Selling Buildings. So you've got you've got this huge generation gap of people that you're reaching. What do you hope for anybody that picks up your book or reads your book? What is your hope for them to walk away with?
Yeah, well, Christian, it's kind of a walk down my 41-year journey in the business, and going over some lessons learned. It's very, very unvarnished. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah,
the things we did right, the things we did wrong, the tough times that we had. But I think to the extent that the book teaches something, that would be great. If it inspires people in a little bit of a way, that would be great. But more, I think that, so much of college education is misguided.
Yeah.
I took an accounting class. I don't remember whether prepaid rent is a debit or a credit on the balance sheet. Didn't really care. If you're an accountant, you care. If you're not, I think that college curriculum should teach things like likability, salesmanship, persuasion, human behavior, things that are going to help you in the sales process. Most of us are salespeople in one way or another, regardless of what we're doing. And so all we're trying to do all day
classes
long
on sales, anyways.
Yeah, there's a switch inside everybody's head,
Yeah.
and it either goes to yes or no.
Yeah.
And everything we do, the way we interact with them, the things we say, the things we send them, it all is to try to get that switch to go in the direction we want. And so if the book helps somebody, perform better or do something better, and people say to me sometimes, "Hey, BK, why are you doing that? You're helping your competition." And I say, well, two things. One, and Rod Santamassimo, my co-author, wrote a book called Knowing Isn't Doing. And it's true. People can know what to do, but they just won't do it.
Yeah.
But secondly, you can have one of two types of mentalities in life. You could have the mentality that life is a zero-sum game and a win for you means a loss for me, so I don't want you to ever win. Or I could have an abundance mentality and say, hey, Christian, you just got to win. Good for you. I'm going to go get my win now.
Collaboration
And there's
over
enough
competition.
to go around for everybody. And when you have that kind of mentality, number one, I think you generally have a happier life.
Yeah.
But also it lets you focus on getting the next one and not getting caught up on the ones that you lost.
Oh, I love that perspective. I think too many people get too guarded, and it's like we're talking about here. Rob's 100% correct. Like, you can give everybody the blueprint to how to do it, but they have to go out and actually do it.
Right.
So I love that. One common theme that I'm seeing when we do this many podcasts in a short period of time, you start to really see those threads of of things that are weaved into all the conversations.
Right.
And I really appreciate your perspective, because having had as much success and like being as a lot of people look up to you and kind of admire the way that you've created your career and helping all these people, is just what's so unique is that commercial real estate as a whole is an incredible industry, and there is a million different types of things you can do in commercial real estate and a million different ways that you could get to wherever your career path is taking you. Mm-hmm. And so I appreciate you giving us your perspective and sharing it, because, I come from kind of your vein of the investment and like the brokerage side of this. But for anybody that's out here that's, interested in getting involved in commercial real estate, I want them to not shy away from it because they don't think they're the greatest salesman.
Right.
They might have a support role in something, or like we've talked about, like getting into corporate side real estate and all that stuff. So where would you like everybody that needs to connect with you and wants to connect with you to go and
yeah,
find
you could
you?
always connect with me through social media. Bob Knakal, you're going to find me on all the platforms.
What are your favorite ones for them to find you on?
I'm not going to say that because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I'm going to get Mo. I'm going to get Mo to give me
tell.
on.
Yeah, that's right. Give you all the addresses, but also you can just find me at bkrea.com. I have another website that basically has my 40 years of 22 boxes of stuff, market reports, newsletters, all kinds of stuff that you might find of interest at bobknakal.com. or email me at bk@bkrea.com, or call me. My cell number is 917-509-9501.
We're going to put it across the bottom of the screen right now. All these links, everything that he's sharing, I'm going to put it all in the description down below. Bob, I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you so much for making the time.
My pleasure.
You guys know what to do. Business time right now. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're not new here, I hope you've already hit that subscribe button by now. Make sure you're following Hungry Investments on all social media platforms. You can find me, Christian Cotta, on LinkedIn. And again, I appreciate your guys' time watching this, sharing this out with whoever you think may benefit from it. I do appreciate that. You know what time it is, guys. It's time to pay rent because rent's due. And as always, stay hungry, my friends. If you made it this far through and you landed here, it means you're serious about making money in commercial real estate. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not already following for more great commercial real estate, and check out this video or this video. As always, stay hungry, my friends.